It's a Wednesday, it's Culture Vulture time, taking a look at some interesting, unique, maybe even downright odd culture from somewhere in the world. We're traveling to Alaska with Chris taking us there. Although I must say, Chris, I have been to Alaska.
You have?
Back in the day, when I was like maybe 4 or 5,
wow.
From the UK to get to Korea, you used to go the other way around the world, the long way, and we used to stop in Anchorage. I never went outside the airport, so I'm not really that familiar with it.
A layover.
Yeah, but I saw when we were coming to land the snowy landscape. It was beautiful. It looked like it was full of nature.
Would you like to live in that beautiful landscape?
Yeah, I'm getting older, so I want to live in the countryside. But I realize I probably won't love it. Like, it's romantic, but I'll probably be like, this is inconvenient.
Yeah, 가봐요. 가보면 알아요.
Yeah, so maybe I'll go to this interesting town that you're going to talk about. Maybe.
Yeah, this is a very, very interesting town.
Okay.
Very, especially from an American perspective. So Whittier is the name of the town.
Okay.
It's about 60 miles from Anchorage. And as I mentioned, it's known as the weirdest city in Alaska.
Why does it have that title?
For a few reasons.
Okay.
One reason, there's only one way in and one way out. And you have to go under a mountain on this long tunnel just to get in. That tunnel closes at nighttime.
What?
And does not open until the morning.
Oh my God, is this The Village?
Yeah, this is like a horror movie. You're asking for trouble. Why would you close the tunnel?
제 말이지.
It's so weird.
It's very weird already.
Okay.
So it shuts down. You can't get in or out during the nighttime.
Oh my goodness.
The whole town, the population is only 318 people.
Whoa.
All right, I'm not going. I'm saying that now. Sorry, Whittier.
좀 더 들어봐요.
All right. Are you going to change my mind?
It could get better.
It could.
It could.
Could is the operative word.
Okay, 기대해요.
네.
They all live in one building. This is the thing. They live in one building called the Buckner Building. And it's an abandoned former U.S. military building. So the U.S. Army used it back at the end of World War II and during the Cold War because Alaska, the location is relatively close to Russia.
Oh, yes.
그때 소련이었죠. And actually, Alaska was Russian land.
At the time, you're
back
right.
in the day.
원래
Yes.
러시아 땅이었죠.
That's right.
And we bought it from Russia. So it was a perfect location to anyway.
To have a military base or operations there.
Yeah.
And then they just live in that abandoned building.
Yeah, the military left and the railroad bought all that land. It was owned by a railroad. So they can't build houses on someone else's land. So they said, well, I'll move in this big abandoned building.
So it's not meant to be like residential or anything like that. It wasn't designed to house a whole town.
Originally, it was just designed for the army to live, military to live.
Whoa.
So now it's basically a one-stop shop. Everything is in there, everything you need.
Oh.
So they live there. You can get your hair cut. They have a school. They have a church, grocery shopping, post office.
It's like a 주상복합 in Korea, right?
주상복합. 바로
It's just
그게요.
got everything. It's
그러니까.
you don't have to leave those places, do you? If you didn't want to.
You got everything. The one thing that's different from the 주상복합 is they even have like the 동사무소, the 구청.
Inside.
At least the 동사무소. They have a city office.
Oh, wow.
Inside the building. So everything is just self-sufficient without even leaving the building.
Okay, well, let me put this question to you, Chris, and to Kate. Would you like that? I mean, would you like to just not have to leave the building? You could just walk around in your flip-flops and your pajamas, I suppose.
In Seoul, my friends who live in like 상가살이 하는 친구들, 부럽다. 뭐 안 나가도 되겠다. Everything they have the mart.
Yes.
They have their haircut. They have nice restaurants.
If they work there as well in like an office or a shop, they really wouldn't have to leave.
Yeah, everything is taken care of. But honestly, I like visiting there, but I wouldn't want to live because I want my kids to go outside, enjoy nature.
Fresh air.
Just enjoy a stream. Yeah, so I would not live there.
Don't take this the wrong way, Kate, but I feel you would like it.
Okay,
Why?
so I'm trying to imagine like being in one building where the whole population is only like about 380.
That's the whole town.
Imagine no privacy.
Oh my God,
You
what?
know everybody.
Your ex-boyfriend lives next to you.
Oh, that's the thing.
His ex-girlfriend lives opposite you.
No, not the ex thing, but are there even people to date in a town that's so...
It's a small pool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the people who live there, there's not many people, young, single people in their
Right?
20s and 30s. It's mostly 중년에서 장년.
Okay.
Yeah.
Middle-aged and elderly. Tell us what you think as well, guys. Whittier in Alaska. Is it your next holiday destination? We'll be back after Train with Brick by Brick. We're back for another bit of Culture Vulture. We're talking about Whittier in Alaska, where everyone lives in one building.
Such a lovely life.
Well, it's kind of practical, I suppose.
It is. You have everything you need
Yeah.
in a 14-story building.
And it seems secure. One tunnel in, one tunnel out.
Well, it's only secure if everybody inside is happy.
This is
and
true.
all good people.
And they're getting along.
And 친하게 지내야 돼.
Maybe during COVID, though, they might just shut the tunnel, and then they wouldn't get infected.
Oh my God. I know this is such a random thought, and this is like a silly thought, but they're probably so well protected if there's ever a zombie apocalypse.
They just close the tunnel, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they'll be secure in that whole town.
This must be a filming site, right? They have to make a movie.
This is an ideal site for a zombie movie.
Yeah.
You're right.
I mean, you've got a lot of the comments that are related to this there,
I was
Chris,
looking
right?
at the comments. So many people actually said, yes, let's make a zombie movie here.
Oh, yeah.
If there was an outbreak there, it would be a disaster. Like,
Oh.
everyone would get infected.
Totally. And then all you need is an electric fence, a few armed guards, and you have a prison. The tunnel's closed at night.
Yes.
Nobody can go in and out.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
basically a prison.
It could be like that, couldn't it?
Oh, wow.
If one apartment gets roaches, cockroaches, boom, everybody has cockroaches.
Oh, no, infestation.
All right, this is all the downsides. It doesn't sound so great now.
Oh, 장점도 있어요.
Okay.
My neighbors' houses are 20 feet away or more on all sides.
Yeah.
My neighbors live far away from me, and they still annoy me to no end. How could I live with everybody in one building? I'd go crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a downside.
That is a downside. You're not selling it well,
그
Chris.
장점인 줄 알고.
I'm not going.
Let's see. I don't see any 장점s.
I really
Oh,
would...
it's friendly. It says it's friendly.
See, if everyone's nice and gets on, that would be amazing. Like, you would
와이파이도
chip
잘
in.
터져요. 와이파이.
Oh,
Wi-
nice.
That's good
nice.
Wi-Fi. Fantastic.
No, but you'd have to be nice because, like, these are the only people that you're going to interact with. One person, you can't just be like, oh, I'm never going to see that person again and be rude to them.
Yeah.
It's like you're going to bump into them constantly, so you wouldn't want to have a bad rep or anything.
So this place is full of extroverts.
Oh,
Friendly extroverts.
Really?
yeah. Oh, I can't
That's-
imagine being an introvert in this kind of town.
I would not want to live there because you don't have like me
Your
time.
alone time, yeah.
Everyone's talking to you.
But an advantage, it doesn't matter where you're from, how much money you have.
Yeah.
We all live in this little isolated community and we're all happy together trying to be peaceful.
I guess there's no, wealth inequality. Or if there is, you couldn't really show it, right? You're all living in that same building after all.
Yeah, it's
Unless
not
there's a
like-
penthouse or something and everyone wants to live there.
I don't think so.
On the 14th floor.
Oh yeah, the big penthouse on the
Yeah.
top
A
floor.
view of the tunnel. I have looked this up. I just typed in odd, unusual towns in the world. And there are some ones that maybe trump Whittier. There's a place called Cuba Pedy in Australia. Have you ever heard of that?
Never.
No.
Well, it's famous for its opal gemstones, and it's got 3,500 inhabitants. And the weird, odd thing is, half of them live underground.
Oh.
Because they mine the gemstones, they've got a lot of room underground, physical space. So they've turned half of the accommodation into underground, basic cave living.
It sounds very damp and dark.
It does. It sounds like a catacomb or like mole people or something.
Right, you might have that. But once you look at the photos, it looks like one of those kind of underground hotels. They've got actually bars, restaurants, churches, and hotels all underground.
So luxurious.
Yeah, like it's
Fancy.
got electricity, flat screen TVs, and everything.
살만한데?
Oh.
I need my sunlight though. I don't know about you guys, but when I first wake up in the morning, first thing I have to do is open my blinds and curtains. Like if I can't get sunlight, I feel really taptape.
Are you scared of the dark?
Suffocated. A little bit, yes. So I wouldn't like this cave at all. And then another one. Have you heard of Nagoro in Japan?
I've heard of Japan, but
That's good. That's a start. Well, in Nagoro, the reason you might not have heard about it, there's only 35 humans that live there.
okay.
35.
And I say humans because there are 350 human-sized dolls in addition to the humans.
인형들?
You were recoiling in fear and terror there, Kate. I
Yes.
saw. Yes, 인형들.
Oh
the
my.
dolls.
Imagine like Annabelle dolls, 300 and something.
But they're human-sized. They are 6 foot, 5 foot, we're talking. And the reason is an artist named Ayano Tsukimi came up with the idea because before there were way more than 35 people living in the village. But, you know, with people going to urban areas, population just crashed completely. So this artist thought it would be a good idea to replace real people with dolls.
That sounds a little creepy, to be honest. Very creepy.
They don't look like Annabelle, the dolls. They look more like kind of rag dolls with buttons for eyes and stuff.
Are they unisex or female, male?
Yeah, no. And apparently he, the artist, actually bases a lot of the dolls on people who have died.
Real people.
Yeah, so they're like replicas.
That's even more creepy. Yeah. Oh, there's my great-grandfather in doll form.
It's like living with retired like Sesame Street dolls, I suppose. It is creepy, isn't
Sounds
it?
kind of like a cult, like the previous town that I mentioned.
All right. I'd like to visit all of these places, maybe for a few hours, but if I was stuck in any of these one for a night, no thank you, right?
No.
Yeah.
One more, Hallstatt in China. It doesn't sound like a Chinese city, right?
No, it
Hallstatt. Well, this is because it replicates things from around the globe. It's got everything from Las Vegas to Austrian villages replicated in there. And it actually based itself mainly on the original Hallstatt, which is an Austrian village.
Oh, 어쩐지. It sounds German,
Yes,
Austrian.
it does.
They've basically photocopied the town there for the main part. And apparently people from Hallstatt also think it looks exactly like their town. That'd be weird, wouldn't it?
That would not be good for the town itself. The tourists would not need to go there.
They could just go to Hallstatt in China instead.
They have
Yeah.
everything they need.
Wow. Imagine that. Imagine what if you stumbled across a building that looked exactly like your house,
Oh.
you know, in another part of the world.
집이다, 고향.
What was that film, the horror film, where they had twins? Was it Us? Was that what
Yes.
it was called?
Like the tethered.
Yes.
Yeah, in the underground.
The
and
underworld kind of thing.
Yes,
I'd
where,
feel like that freaky vibe.
Lupita Nyong'o was like,
Yes, that wasn't so comforting, was it?
oh, wow.
Yeah, a little creepy. It's home sweet home. I don't want anything looking like my home.
I'm liking Seoul a lot more after this segment. Wonderful
for
city
sure.
to live in, isn't it?
서울살이 최고죠.
Let's get to some music. We'll be back in hour number 2 with some of your answers to the question of the day. Here's Sly and the Family Stone, Everyday People.